Gym Heroes was released on August 14th, 2000, and is the 6th main expansion in the Pokémon trading card game. This set introduced Owner's Pokémon, a subset of Pokémon that has a trainer's name as part of their gimmick, as well as Stadium cards, a subclass of trainer cards originally based on the gyms presided over by the Kanto gym leaders. The only standout Pokémon in this set includes Erica's Dratini, though there are many notable new trainer cards like Erica, Misty's Wrath, No Removal Gym, and the final piece to the hand control puzzle, the Rocket's Trap. In this series, both Celio's network and myself will be deciphering the past of the Pokémon TCG. Every episode will take a deep dive into the game's past formats, the great, the absolute terrible, and everything in between. Prepare yourself because this is going to be a wild ride. Welcome to the history of the Pokémon trading card game. How's it going, everybody? ChaoticMeatball here with Beastcoast Pokémon, and today we are jumping into base through gym format. No, but not exactly the base through gym format you may be familiar with. See, these are two different sets. Gym Heroes represents the first half of the Kanto gym leaders, and Gym Challenge represents the second half. But Gym Heroes did technically come out first and had a little bit of time between it and Gym Challenge's release. So I decided, you know what, let's do an episode in this format, especially because the Rocket's Trap comes out in this set. Rocket's Trap on coin flip can, if heads, shuffle back 3 of your opponent's cards from their hand to their deck, and it's quite broken. You already saw from the last episode just how broken hand control is in this format, and because of that, I'm going to be hard rolling for Wigglytuff hand control. I want to bring home the 5-peat. We got 3 spins. I believe we can get it. Aerodactyl Erica Dratini is cool, but I need hand control, bro. Second spin. Let's do it.
Alright, folks, we're playing base set through Gym Heroes this week. We only have 4 decks on the wheel because we want to show off 4 decks using a lot of new cards, some unique combinations of cards as well. And I really want to play Gengar Golbat or Aerodactyl Erica's Dratini, so I do get 1 respin this week. So let's go ahead and see if I can get either of those. Wigglytuff hand control, I'm going to re-roll and see what we get here. Oh, I got Magmar, Electabuzz, Erica's Dratini. Okay, well, we'll stick with it.
Alright, so we are here with the deck lovingly called Do the Hand Control, because we are going to do the wave, and we are also going to hand control, if it wasn't already apparent. So today we're starting off with 4 Jigglypuff and 3 Wigglytuff in the deck. Wigglytuff's a classic. Do the wave, 3 energy, 60 if it has your active and all 5 Pokemon down on the bench. It does 10 for each. The other Pokemon, we are playing a 1 of Scyther, 30 damage for 3 energy, and we are playing the Grass Energy for Swords Dance in case we do end up hitting that and then putting down a double colorless energy in order to do 60 the next turn. We are also playing some cool Pokemon to fill up the bench that also help with our hand control strategy. Mankey from Jungle has this ability called Peek, which once during your turn, before you attack, you may look at one of the following of the top card of either player's deck, a random card from your opponent's hand, or one of either player's prizes. This interacts great with the Rattata from Team Rocket, which once during your turn, you may switch one of your prizes with the top card of your deck. So if you've accidentally prized something, you can go ahead and grab that and then have it for next turn. We also have a 1 of Mankey here in case we want to check the top of our opponent's deck, and we see that it's a good card. We can go ahead, go into this Mankey, use Mischief, and shuffle their deck, so hopefully they draw a bad card. It's a little high roll, and that's why it's only a 1 of, but we can always grab it off of something like a computer search. And we might find it over the course of our combo, going for Bill or Professor Oak. There's also some other trainers. We finally have some new good trainers in this set, like Erica, which is you may draw up to 3 cards, then your opponent may draw up to 3 cards. This card's okay, but the fact that your opponent can draw, you're doing the hand loop thing. Now, I guess if you do bump this up before you activate Imposter Oak's Revenge, it's pretty good, but I'm not exactly a big fan of it. Actually bumped it up to 3. I decided, you know what, I'm going to cut a nightly garbage run. I want to give this a little bit more of a shot. I might actually be kind of crapping on this card, but I do think that it might interfere with me unless I'm able to fire off the Foster Oak's Revenge afterwards. We have Misty's Wrath, which is a new card. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose 2 of them, put them into your hand, and discard the rest. We also have other classic staple trainers, Plus Power, Item Finder, Nightly Garbage Run, and of course our hand control suite, our 3 Imposter Oak's Revenge, 4 Rocket Sneak Attack, and 4 of the new Rocket's Trap. I've already talked about this card to death in this video. You know what it does. We now also have stadium cards in this format. This is the first set that actually introduced these, and no removal gym is pretty good. I'm actually playing 0 energy removal in this deck because I want to be able to find this, activate it, and then force them to have more cards, because if we hand loop them down enough to the point where they have like no cards in hand and they top deck an energy removal, they have to discard 2 cards in order to activate it. So it's just a dead card in their hand, and we're able to start killing off their Pokemon on the crackback. We're playing 4 DCE, 1 Grass, and 2 full heal energy. It is a pretty small amount of energy, but you're going to be drawing so many cards over the course of your combo that it doesn't even matter. I'm ready to get the 5-Pete. I think I can do it. I'm going to have to at least, like, maybe go first. But aside from that, I'm pretty excited. I'm looking forward to Rockets trapping somebody out of the game, and I'm looking forward to it. It might happen to me. I've accepted the fact that this is a dice roll format, and whoever goes first is likely going to win. So we're going to go into it. Good luck, I guess.
So I'll be playing Electabuzz Magmar, Erika's Dratini this week, and Erika's Dratini is a broken card. Basically, it can only take 10 damage at a time as long as its Pokemon Power Strange Barrier is active. So the Strange Barrier power says whenever an attack by a basic Pokemon does 20 or more damage to Erika's Dratini, reduce that damage to 10. Erika's Dratini can only be hit by basic Pokemon for 10 damage, so that's really, really huge. And then Electabuzz and Magmar are pretty decent attackers. Magmar does 10, and the defending Pokemon tries to attack next turn. They have to flip a coin of tails. They can't attack. And then Smog does 20 in poison on a coin flip, whereas Electabuzz does 10 with paralysis on a coin flip, and Thunder Punch does 30 to do extra damage on a coin flip. So a lot of coin flips. Dratini itself also has extra damage on a coin flip with Tail Strike. Then I have Erika's Dragonair, just as a little spicy one-off that can evolve from Dratini. The Blizzard attack does 30, and then you flip a coin. If heads, you do 10 to all of your opponent's benched Pokemon. If tails, you do 10 to all of your own. And then Takeaway shuffles Erika's Dragonair into your deck, and you shuffle your opponent's active Pokemon into their deck. The only other Pokemon I have in here is Ditto with the Pokemon Power Transform. If Ditto is your active Pokemon, treat it as if it were the same card as the defending Pokemon, including type, hit points, weakness, and so on. We talked about that so on in last week's episode. Some new cards from the Gym Heroes set other than Erika's Dratini and Erika's Dragonair include Narrow Gym. I wanted to have a card to bump no energy removal stadium so I can use my energy removals freely without having to discard extra cards. So Narrow Gym says no player can have more than 4 Pokemon on their bench. If a player has 5 Pokemon on their bench when this is played down, each player returns their 5th Pokemon to their hand. Energy Flow is a new card as well. For each of your Pokemon, you may return any number of energy cards attached to it to your hand. And then we also have Sabrina's Gaze. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws a new hand of the same number of cards. So it's like Copycat, but for both players. Let's try to win. I've lost 4 weeks in a row, I think, so I would definitely like to win this week.
This may not go well. Alright, guys, we are here with the best of 3 for episode 9 of the... Oh, God, yeah, you're going first. Not good.
I don't have a DCE, though.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know what you're playing. So,
okay,
if you have,
true.
if you have a Hitmonchan and 1 energy and a way to retreat, then you might be in a good position, but seeing a lightning energy come down makes me think that it is potentially a thing. I think you just lost the game.
Oh, no.
We are going to slap down this Jigglypuff. Can we do this? I'm going to Bill.
So it would look like you rolled Wigglytuff hand control. Or if
yes,
you wanna
sir. Of course I did.
Or if you want to let the viewers know your coined name for it.
Yes, I have lovingly called it "do the hand control" because that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do the wave afterwards. Now I have so many good cards in my hand, I'm having choice paralysis. Please do give me a moment.
I wonder what it's like.
I'm gonna activate Misty's Wrath. I'm gonna grab Erica and No Removal Gym. No Removal Gym is in fact the best stadium card in the game. I love this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Now we're gonna Erica. I'm gonna draw 3, and you're gonna draw some cards as well.
Oh, okay.
We are going to play Erica. We're gonna go ahead and bench this third Jigglypuff, and now it's time to lose the game. I'm going to Oak's Revenge, discarding Oak's Revenge. I am going to Rocket Sneak Attack. I'm going to send back Bill, and I am going to Rocket's Trap.
Yep. It's Tails.
I'm going to Rocket's Trap again.
Oh, that's disgusting, bro.
Yep.
This is
not fair. I agree. I'm going to Misty's Wrath again.
I'll just top deck Oak. It's okay.
We'll go double colorless energy and Oak. We will DCE. We will attach to Jigglypuff. I have free retreat, which is kind of cool. So your ability means that I cannot hit you for more than 10 damage.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. Admittedly, it does kind of suck. I am going to, however, computer search. We're going to pitch this Rattata and this plus power. And we are going to grab ourselves a Mankey. So Mankey is going to let us go ahead and peek at the top card of your deck. I am okay with you having that. So I'm going to pound for 10, and you're going to draw a double colorless energy.
Yeah, this Mankey's really, really cool. And yeah, so all I drew was a double colorless, and that's all I can do is attach that.
You can Tail Strike, which is cool.
Yeah, but then if you evolve, you just win.
But now I have a Wigglytuff, and a 4th Jigglypuff, and a Professor Oak, and another Wigglytuff, and another energy.
There you go.
Now you're dead.
Okay, so...
Degeneracy in a format, ladies and gentlemen. That is Wigglytuff hand control. Both players had to draw mulligans. This might be fun. That's a good hand. I wish I got a basic Pokemon.
Please let me go first.
You had to take 1 additional mulligan. Okay. Select your active Pokemon. I'm going to select this. I'm going to put that down. And I'm ready to play the game. Are you ready to play the game? I will go first. Wow, that's my favorite thing to do.
Okay.
I'm going to Erica. I'm going to draw 3. That's not what I wanted. I guess we can bench this Rattata. I'm going to Misty's Wrath. That really sucks. Holy crap. I'm going to take Wigglytuff, and we're going to computer search here. I'm going to pitch the Nightly Garbage Run and the Item Finder. I'm going to grab Oak's Revenge.
Yeah, because that Rocket Sneak Attack didn't do much without an Oak's Revenge.
Now we can Sneak Attack.
No, you don't want to do that.
And now we can Rocket's Trap. And we hit heads on the first one. We had a second one just in case.
Oh my goodness, Meatball.
Now, I don't have any draw cards of my own, which does kind of suck.
Okay,
so you could top deck out of this, but the fact that I have already hand looped you for everything.
I could do this.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's an Oak.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
People are going to quit the Pokemon trading card game after they see this video.
I agree. I am too. So I can't attack you with Wigglytuff, unfortunately. That is not a thing I can do.
Yep,
but I can attach this energy here. I'm going to Bill again. I'm going to Mankey here. I'm going to look at your top card of your deck. You should use this card when you get it.
Okay.
Honestly, I see no reason to do anything else. I mean, I guess I can Bill. I can Bill again. I can find a Jigglypuff, and I can pass. Now you understand why I said you can use this card.
Oh, yeah. I can. You're right. I can technically use it.
I would suggest it because I have free retreat. I'm going to go into Wigglytuff. I have the DCE, and I have the plus power. Goodbye.
You're evil. You're not a chaotic meatball. You're an evil meatball.
I am the chaotic evil meatball. Yeah, that's the Rocket's Trap for you. Until they ban these cards, this is or until it rotates, I have to look at what they do to these cards.
Yeah, I believe what happens is after Gym Challenge, we'll go into something called Prop 15, which we'll explain that to you guys more when we get there, but it's like a very, very different format than any Pokemon format you'd ever be used to. And
Yeah.
then there's also a modified format, which is the first time they rotate out some cards.
Right.
And then I believe cards get banned in that format, but nothing gets banned in the base set on format.
That's correct, yeah. Base Gym is going to remain like this for a long time, and by long time, we're actually only doing one episode of Gym Challenge before we do head into Prop 15.3. Prop 15.3 is definitely something I do want to spend a couple of episodes in, though. Even though it was played for exactly one tournament, it's kind of like the equivalent of Yu-Gi-Oh's Edison format. SJC Edison was one event, and it had like 16 playable decks, and it was great. People still play the format to this day. Prop 15.3 is kind of the same way in a very small niche.
Yeah.
Because, just to give a little bit of an explanation for people, Prop 15.3 is basically you can only play 15 trainer cards in your deck and only up to 3 copies of each trainer card.
As opposed to 4 copies of a card in typical Pokemon TCG, and you can play, you know,
as many
58
trainers,
trainers, 1 Pokemon, 1 energy if you really wanted to.
Right, yeah. So that's basically how that works, and I think it helps to kind of mitigate the speed of the format, but it also does make it a little bit more sacky in a way. It's a really weird format.
It's
and
weird.
I'm definitely,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to being able to highlight it when we get to it.
Absolutely. I think it's worth noting it's an iconic part of Pokemon TCG history. A lot of people, even if you've been playing for 20 years, you might not know about this format. It's very niche, like Meatball said, and it didn't fix the problems, and if it did fix the problems, it just kind of made like new ones. It wasn't really like the Pokemon TCG the way it was meant to be played, but Wizards didn't know what to do with these broken trainer cards that Japan was sending over, so they tried Prop 15.
Right. It's kind of weird because they really didn't want to introduce a ban list. I think Wizards thought it was kind of unfair that if players were buying up these cards that they were unable to play them because they would be banned. But at the same time, if we look at Konami with Yu-Gi-Oh, at this point the OCG had already been going for about 3 years now, and you already saw cards getting banned, like I mean, I don't really need to list those cards. It's irrelevant. But they definitely could have seen that was the structure that they were taking, even though it hadn't come over here in the US yet. But, I can't stress this enough. This format is fundamentally broken, and there needs to be a fix soon. And fortunately, we will start seeing fixes come into account with, again, the modified format, and going into the Neo block. We'll start seeing some less degenerate stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And this is the only era of Pokemon I kind of give the designers a pass on for having toxicity in it, because I accept this format for what it is. Like you said, Meatball, it's broken, but it can be fun at times. It's hilarious. It's toxic. If you have a friend that's really annoying you, you can introduce them to Pokemon, give them a deck, and you can play the deck that Sean just manhandled me with, and you can feel good about yourself a little bit. But you know,
it's so nasty though.
It was the early days, right? Like they didn't really know what they were doing yet. So I give them a bit of a pass and just accept the early formats for what they are.
And it's so weird though when I look at this, because like, I just killed you on turn 3, both games.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally, like, you do not see that in Pokemon, because, you know, prizes exist. There is a fundamental way that the game does not end as fast as it does with a resource like a Magic the Gathering or a Yu-Gi-Oh! But the fact that this deck can do it because it can just hand loop all the cards, if you don't find more than one basic, you're kind of boned.
Even in today's game with Mew VMAX being so aggressive, even that can't finish games as quick as we saw here today.
This is like the equivalent of Mystic Mine in like 2000. And Mankey's just got his Skuld's Oracle. I'm sorry, I relate everything to Yu-Gi-Oh! Look up those cards, both of which you're gonna be like, oh god, I'm never playing this game unless these are banned, and they're not. So
we
yeah,
could go on and on comparing and complaining and whatever it is, but I think the viewers get the point that the game was different back then, and they just saw it, and it was a wild world. But we will be going into Gym Challenge next week, and then shortly after we'll get into some Prop 15 goodness and explore that unique format for a bit.
Yeah, Prop 15-3, I'm really excited to get to. Now, before we do go, I do want to talk about some of the other new cards that weren't quite as broken and actually introduced some new trainer options. I like Erica, I like Misty's Wrath. Those two cards seem really good because you don't have to... like, Erica's nice because you don't have to discard resources to draw a lot of cards. And it also has a balance, like, where your opponent has the option to draw cards as well. And it would be fair if there was an Imposter Oak's Revenge happening before it.
Yeah, it's really funny because Erica, like, it's like, oh, like, you could play 4 Erica, but then your opponent gets 12 cards. And then it's like, well, you know, I'm going to draw 12 cards and then say Imposter Oak's Revenge, so it doesn't matter what they draw. So,
yeah.
In a glance, it's like, wow, Erica's really fair. And it's like, no. Erica's is not fair.
Yeah. Also, I think Misty's Wrath is cool, being able to choose 2 cards and then mill the other 5. If there were more, like, relevant discard pile-based, like, Pokemon in the game, I think it would be really cool, because if you could, like, mill Pokemon that had Pokemon powers to where you could send them to the Lost Zone and then bench another one from deck of the same name, it would be really cool. But, you know, we didn't have any of that cool stuff yet. We had hand control.
Yeah, Misty's Wrath is a cool card, though, that we got out of this. And we've seen so many supporters throughout the history that built upon Misty's Wrath. We have one coming out in Brilliant Stars. By the time this video is out, Brilliant Stars will be out, I think. But Kindler, it's like look at the top 7 and pick 2 and then shuffle the rest back. But we've also seen ones that are like look at the top 5, pick 2 and discard the others, or pick 3 and discard the others. We've seen plenty of ones like that as well. And then this set also introduced stadiums, which
No Removal Gym was the only one that managed to come down, and I think it is the best one. There were a couple of other ones.
I was actually playing one in my deck that I showed up during the deck profile. I had Narrow Gym, which is another card that's getting a spiritual reprint in Brilliant Stars 25 years later.
That's so hilarious.
Narrow Gym says each player can only have 4 benched Pokemon, and if they have 5 when you play it down, you have to return a 5th Pokemon to your hand. And we're getting a new stadium in Brilliant Stars, Collapse Stadium, that says each player can only have 4 benched Pokemon. If they have more, they have to discard 1. So very, very similar.
Ooh, I feel like that's gonna get played in Mew VMAX to like, you know, fill up a space so that they can get like Pokemon that have damage on them off the board.
Exactly, it's almost like a pseudo heal, and that's kind of why I was playing it in this deck, because like if you hit my Dratini 3 times for 10 damage, I could like maybe retreat it and then pick it up to my hand with Narrow Gym, or just use Narrow Gym to bump no energy removal, since I was playing energy removal in my deck. I kind of have to explain my whole deck to you because you didn't get to see it.
Well, I mean, we do get to see it in the deck profile.
Yeah, the viewers got to see it for sure. Yeah.
And it's also weird. The list. Luke had gotten 4 like different pictures of the lists. I actually tinkered with my list a whole bunch. This deck was playing both No Removal Gym and the other stadium you said, Narrow.
No, yours had Chaos Gym, but we couldn't play that because
because that's in the next set. But it was also playing Energy Removal, even though it was playing No Removal Gym. And I'm like, why are we not just tunneling onto the hand control strategy, attach a single energy to Jigglypuff, and then attach a DCE next turn after the 8th? Yeah, like, I felt like you could turn 1 combo and make exactly the board that you want to and lock your opponent's top deck to be whatever you want. Because you also had the other Rattata, no, this was the Rattata that did the swapping of prizes, but you had the other Mankey that had an attack for 1 energy to where you could shuffle your opponent's deck. And if you saw like
okay.
a Professor Oak, yeah, if you saw a Professor Oak on your opponent's top deck, you could rush that out by like computer searching it out, putting it on the bench, retreating because Scyther has free retreat, Rattata has free retreat, Mankey has free retreat, everything but the Jigglypuffs have free retreat.
Nice.
So like yeah, if they Gust of Wind anything, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think the deck, like, I can see why a deck would want energy removal and no energy removal stadium, because it's like, okay, if I know my opponent's not playing energy removal, I don't have to play this down and I can get rid of their energy. But at the same time, I think you're right, Meatball, that you can just go full into the hand control strategy. Don't even worry about removing your opponent's energy, because if you get it off as consistent as you did in these games, then you don't need to remove my energy. And that really reminds me of, there were expanded format decks that came out like this about 4 years back, and a whole bunch of cards ended up getting banned because of it, because they would essentially put the opponent down to a 1-card hand on turn 0. And
Yeah.
and
Exactly what I did to you.
You did that, except 0 cards, even better.
Yeah. You know what? Do you want to do a game 3 where you go first so that the audience can see what your deck does?
Yeah, let's re-roll it. Let's see if they'll let me go first here. I'll send you a rematch. I know we've seen a lot of comments about TCG1 being a little bit outdated of an apparatus to use for this, but it's really our best option. We don't really have anything else. We could do like untap, but that we have to like control our own cards and stuff.
I mean, I feel like that's probably the best thing, because that's kind of how Yu-Gi-Oh's dueling book works.
Yeah,
I think we could try it. I mean, we could try it for a week and see what the audience thinks.
Yeah, leave it in the comments down below.
Like, buy physical cards and do the remote duel thing, but you know,
yeah.
I don't know what people think of that.
Leave it in the comments down below if we should try on tap, if we should just stick it out on TCG1, if you have any thoughts.
So I see that we finally have some basic Pokemon coming down here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, because like I donked you both games because you only found one. One energy is fine. So I do find a Rattata. That's great. All right, so I'm going to computer search. I'm going to pitch an Oak and a plus power. We are going to grab ourselves a Jigglypuff. We are going to bench the Jigglypuff, and we're going to Oak here. This is not too bad. We'll throw down another Jigglypuff. We are going to Erica here. I'm going to draw 3.
And I'll draw 3. Okay.
And now...
Here it
Now
comes.
we're going to...
no! It's like we just talked about this.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just a free draw 3 when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to DCE the Jigglypuff. We're going to throw down the no removal gem to make sure that you can't do anything. We are going to Rocket Sneak Attack. We're going to put back this item finder, and we are going to Rocket Strap, and there we go.
Oh, my lord.
We're going to bench the Scyther, and we're... I mean, we'll go into the Scyther because it has a bunch of AGP. And, yeah, have fun.
All right, well, I will pass. I'm not getting donked, so that's an upgrade.
We found the Wigglytuff on the top deck. That's cool. I just top decked the Wigglytuff, so I'm going to pass. Basically, just going to wait on you. What do you do?
I'm going to attack.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you don't have energy. I'm going to do 10 again.
Now I do. But now I am considering, I have a computer search in hand, and I don't know if I want to let go, like, risk the idea of losing the energy. You know what? I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. Screw it. Give me an Oak. Oak. Bill. There's another one. Never punished. We're going to go ahead and Rocket Sneak Attack here. And Item Finder, bye-bye. See you later.
There she goes.
Now that we have the free retreat and we have Do the Wave, we are going to start taking KOs left and right.
And doing the hand control.
Doing the hand control. All right, we see a pass here. I see that you have 2 cards in hand, and I don't like that. We're going to Item Finder here. We're going to pitch the Jigglypuff and the Mankey. We're going to grab a Rocket Strap, and we are going to not flip a heads. That is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and
my
put
guy
down
just
this
said you have 2 cards in your hand. That's too many.
I am going to computer search away this computer search in Oak's Revenge. I'm gonna Rocket Strap. There we go. Get him out of here.
2 cards. That's too many.
Do the wave.
Oh, man.
Top deck your way out of this or you're dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
Plus power.
Okay,
Do the wave.
Okay,
See
we
you
get
later.
it. We get it, Meatball. It's over.
This deck is so
Got it.
stupid. It's so dumb. Oh God. All right,
Okay.
guys. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
If you liked what you saw, you probably didn't, but we would appreciate it if you gave us a like anyway. Subscribe to Beastcoast Pokemon as well as our individual channels. Leave a comment below stating on a scale of 1 to 2,715 and how much you hate Rocket's trap, and we will see you guys next time.